So in this video, I wanted to do a quick comparison of these two Apple iPhone cases. On the right, we have this case. This is the standard Apple leather case. In this case, it was for the iPhone 12 mini, but it's the leather case that Apple's been making for years and basically has stopped making in, I think 2023 was the last year. Maybe it was 2022, but they stopped making it. And they've moved over to this, which is the iPhone 15 Pro FineWoven case. This is the replacement for the leather case. And so no leather case exists for the iPhone 15. Here is the box that this came in. It's an official Apple product. It's called the FineWoven case. It's leather-free and it's like biodegradable and so on and so forth. $60 direct from Apple. Here are some details, and you can read all about it online, but basically it is an alternative to that leather case. This one clearly is from an iPhone 12. It's been used for a number of years. You can see how that leather sort of breaks down over time. You could say it's wearing in and building a patina, or you could say it's just becoming beat up and old. That's kind of up to you as a user, how you like your goods to look. And here's that FineWoven. This it's brand new, so hasn't really gotten used yet. Okay, so we'll jump right into it, and ignoring the size difference, which we're going from the 12 to the 15, 15 being a larger phone, the 12 mini, I guess, specifically, up to the 15 Pro. So, you know, like more cameras, there's 3 cameras on this one on this one, larger phone, so on and so forth. Okay, so material-wise, the leather, it was always smooth, but had some grip to it. The FineWoven, it has a sort of like a neoprene type feel to it, kind of smooth. It's leather-ish, but not really leather. Clearly, it's kind of has a fuzziness that leather doesn't have. So it's definitely a different material. Both have the apples, the logo there. This one is sort of like clearly indented, like embossed. This one is more kind of a different material. You can kind of see how it kind of comes through a little differently where the Apple is versus the slightly more raised pattern here. Both of them have slight raise here. There's more of a raise on the 15 because the camera bulge is more pronounced on the iPhone 15 versus the 12, where it was barely extending out past the phone. So we have better protection for the cameras, but also the cameras are more exposed on the newer phones. You can see on the sides, the iPhone 12 has basically a continuous piece of leather, just one piece of leather that wraps around a hard plastic shell. With the FineWoven, it's a separate, I don't know if it's a separate piece, but it's definitely a different material. You see it extends to the edge, and then you move over to this sort of hard plastic material. It has slightly the FineWoven pattern, which you could probably pick up in the video, but there's definitely a difference where here it's more felted on the back and here it's harder on the sides. So it's definitely a change of pace there. That button is very similar. We just have a kind of full width power button, which can move up and down independent of the case itself. It's like, you can see it right there. It's sort of like, I don't want to say grommeted, but it's sort of like baffled onto the case. So you don't have to flex the whole case to use that button. It's been a very effective design. On the other side, you see that we have the independent buttons for volume, and now we have a button in the place of a slider. That's your action button or activity button or whatever it is that Apple calls it. Both of them have the MagSafe. You can see that there. That's kind of why they were sticking together a second ago. It's kind of funny. They both have the MagSafe, so the magnets stick to each other. No real surprise. The inside of this phone case on the 12, you can see the clear MagSafe strip. This is just a piece of, I guess, plastic, or just indicating that MagSafe is there. And then here we have a kind of like a suede material, again, over a hard plastic. In the 15 with the FineWoven, we see that FineWoven material, not the suede, and you barely see that MagSafe. It's just a sort of I don't know if it's a circular print or stitch or something like that. I guess it's not stitching, but it's like a print on the FineWoven material, but it's definitely not shiny like it was before. And this is more of I like a smooth sort of silky material, definitely not a suede like it was before. And on the insides, you see you don't have that suede anymore. You just have the sort of hard plastic. So I feel like some of the suede was replaced just with plastic, mainly on the edges where you have a fine woven texture, but I don't think it's that fine woven material. And on the sides here, you do have the full leather. Downside, of course, is that, I guess the upside is you have the feel of the leather. The downside is that these sides tend to pick up a lot of damage, and the leather, even when you're taking good care of your phone, the leather on the sides gets very beaten up. And kind of just is what it is there. On the bottom, very similar. You have the 3 holes on both of them, which are going to be your speakers, and then you have your lightning adapter, where here you have your new USB-C, I guess. Obviously the sizes are different, backs are pretty different. This is supposed to be black. It's not as true of a black as this is. You see, this backing, this desk mat is black. This is black. This is like a charcoal, not quite black. I believe it's sold as a black, but it's not fully black. And again, here's a true, albeit gloss, black, just for comparison purposes. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers it as far as the main differences between the leather and the FineWoven. On the whole, I would say the FineWoven it's a smoother material. It doesn't look to me as good as the leather. I couldn't tell you how it's going to age yet. I will do future videos about this. We'll see how it ages versus the leather. But on the whole, I guess I applaud Apple's decision to move away from leather more towards some eco-conscious materials, so on and so forth. Like, that's great. But this is something you're carrying with you all the time, you're using all the time, and to use a tiny bit of leather to get a better experience from it, I kind of understand where they're coming from there. And I was disappointed to see Apple move away from the leather. But I've been using these cases for so long that if Apple's going ahead and say this is our new flagship material with the FineWoven, I'm going to give it a shot and we'll see how it is. So far, having only had the phone for a week or so and only had the case for a week or so, I'm definitely not sold on the FineWoven, but I'm going to give it some more time and see how it does. But my initial feelings about what it is and the $60 price point for the non-leather, not super thrilled so far, but we'll give it a couple more weeks and report back. Thanks for watching.